and we look at it as a marketing opportunity. What if the refrigerator just took a picture of Bobby every time he stuck his head in the damn thing to get food out of the fridge? Over the course of 5 years, you could have an animation of Bobby growing up. So there are just sort of, I just want to give everyone a sense of what's happening.
And on that note, I was actually talking to a researcher the other day who had recorded every sound in his house.
Yeah, Rob Roy. Yeah.
Rob Roy, yeah.
Deb Roy, yeah.
And learned how his kids learned how to speak.
Yeah, they actually had a button in every room that was the forget me button. And if they ended up having an argument between the husband and wife, they would wander over and hit the forget me button, and it would bop off like the last 10 minutes. Right? So privacy and transparency are still going to play a big role here. But it allowed them to basically have peace in their house and still discover this crazy amounts of data. They built new algorithms, and now Deb just launched a mobile TV, a social TV company, that is probably going to explode. And it's because it's basically taking the learnings from all that voice tracking and saying what happens if we apply it to television and Twitter and everything else. If we keep going, and I won't belabor the point about these different contexts, but there's also this information flow. We talked about the devices, the physical flow, but there's an information flow. In a sense, your devices are flowing through information objects about the restaurant you just ate at, or about other things going on, or the new app you want to download. And those are flows that are going to really effectively change our lives. And the flow shape even matters. Here's a study that was done by Damon Centola, where he looked at the adoption of online behaviors, or even physical behaviors like health behaviors, better eating, and other things. And they looked at randomized social networks versus node cluster social networks. And they were able to find that just the shape of the information flow drove a significant increase farther and faster in behavior change. And so the shape and understanding that is going to turn out to be important, and understanding that machines are going to be part of your social network. We're also seeing things like gaming popping out of that information flow. Gaming is an emergent property of all connected systems. So while we're probably having like a bubble right now for gaming, it's going to turn out to be an important thing in the future because all systems game. You can actually find the game of rock, paper, scissors playing out in the stomachs of mice between 3 different bacterial colonies. And it leads to things like this remission game literally drove increases in cancer knowledge, quality of life, and self-efficacy in kids that had cancer by playing a game they didn't call it a game about cancer. It was just a fun game.
Well, General Electric just recently announced a whole bunch of gamifications tools for their healthcare institutional resource allocation products. And they found that having hospital administrators play this game about where to put the most where to most effectively put